There was a song that I made that won't come out for, I think, at least half a year, so I don't know. I'm not sure on the timeline, but it's for a really, really big thing. It might even be like on a scale of how many people will end up hearing the song, bigger than Go-Getters probably. But the director of that project actually showed me Nezumi's scheme and said, "This is what made me decide that I wanted to ask you to do this." I was like, "Really? Really? You like that?" I mean, it made sense because it's a great song. But I was like, yo, I'm so glad I made this song. This is the same director that I told a little story about before that was like really cool. And like, I guess, how do I say? I really appreciated that director's comment. I think about it a lot of times when I'm kind of down on myself about the work that I'm doing and stuff like that. I remember that director said, "You're like kind of edgy, right? You're like rough around the edges and like dark and whatnot, but there's like a warmth inside what you do." I remember that the director said that to me, and I remember that stuck with me. And I thought to myself, even on days where I feel like what I'm doing like isn't really, the quality isn't high enough for the success that I've attained, I think about what that director said, and I think maybe it's okay to just keep going and doing the best that I can with what I have, with what I can do. I appreciated that. Maybe there is something about me that people like, that people keep coming back to enjoy. Yeah. So I think about that a lot these days. And when you can't trust yourself, trust others, right? I think that, yeah, like you said, Deadbeat, being self-critical is important, and you can't improve unless you see the flaws, but you shouldn't let it stop you or get you down. A lot of times, I've been thinking recently, since I've been in it for like, what, almost 4 years now, I think to myself a lot of these days about purpose. Like, why am I actually here doing any of this, right? Like, what's the point of it? What is my reason of being here, etc.? I think about that a lot, you know, and for a while I've kind of thought to myself, well, my time to shine is kind of finished, and so it's time to help others, kind of thing, right? Just be as good of a senpai as you can be and help everybody out. That's where I find that I have meaning, if that makes any sense. So I think in the past, like before a year or so, maybe it was a little before when Advent debuted, I thought to myself, there's really kind of no real reason for me to continue being here besides help other people. And I'm a person that, like, if I don't have worth somewhere, I don't really feel like there's a point for me to exist anymore, if that makes any sense. I feel like I need to have something that I'm doing, some reason for being, not just lying around and doing nothing, watching TV, you know, on the sofa with a 40 or something like that. And so I decided that even if doing something like making really good music that everybody can enjoy is something that I can't do, then maybe what I'd do instead is help other people who can do that. And so I decided I'm just going to be a really good senpai and help other people and welcome the new people and make sure that they excel in what they do. But there's a happy ending here. There's a happy ending here. This isn't how it ends. This isn't how the story ends. I think because of a lot of those like kohai and stuff like that helping me out, they helped me in the end. They helped me by helping me realize that, you know, what I've done is, Myth worked really hard. You know, those were really weird times, honestly. And it's not just the end of the story. It's not the end of the story just because 4 years have passed, right? It's not the end of the story. I can keep going. I should keep going, because there's still more that I have left to tell the world. I guess if I could be some kind of symbol or something like that, I wouldn't want it to be a symbol of someone who is like the most skilled at what they do and always creates bangers and whatever. I'd want to be a symbol of never letting anything ever stop you from doing what you want to do and making what you want to make. That's what I want to do. And if I throw in the towel and just resolve myself to being on the sidelines or in the background or something like that, then I lose that opportunity to continue being that. But at the end of the day, when I really think about a lot of the more harrowing parts of my life and my career and stuff that's gotten in my way, none of it really actually made a difference. Only how hard I tried my best. And you guys being here helped too. Nothing that got in my way ever actually really stopped me from doing what I wanted to do. I can't think of a single thing that I wanted to do that I didn't do. Yeah. Cool. I just realized it. It's so emo. Yeah, I'm emo. It can't be helped. Shoganai ne. The Queen of Darkness. Or like Queen of Dorkness. And then we've got Through the Blue, Oh, oh my god, this one's so complicated. This is a really complicated one, actually, now that I'm really thinking about it. Because this one has some of my own personal story in there that I can't dive too deep into, but you know, I lost somebody, and I don't talk about it for various reasons. But I did lose someone in my life, and it very severely affected me throughout my existence. So I finally decided to write a little bit about it in this song. And it's about finding happiness in the midst of the blues from losing somebody. Because ever since I lost that person in my life, I always kind of felt like, how do I say? Like I didn't really have a lot of, I felt like I didn't really, they became so different. I think about that person a lot. I think about what we would be doing together now if they were still here. You know, maybe running around Japan together. Maybe they would be making music, doing something creative, etc. I think a lot about that. And I think about me just being here as myself without them. And kind of what it's like trying to find happiness despite those thoughts being there. And thinking to yourself, well, someday I'll be happy. But in the back of your mind, you know that because they're not there anymore, it can never fully be the way that you want it to be. It can never be the full, complete happiness that you wanted. And you just kind of have to live with that. You are changed, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, losing somebody changes you. You're not the same person that you were when that person was still in the world. And finding happiness, again, can be very difficult. I'm still not totally there. There are still days where I feel like I'm still chasing happiness amidst all of it. I like to believe I was a good influence. I hope that I made that person's time on Earth happy, even if it was extremely short. I like to believe that. Not 100% way to be able, no 100% way to be able to tell, but that's just what I hope. I hope that people who have also lost someone can listen to this song and relate to it in some way. And chase your own happiness. That's what I have to say about that song, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. One comment that I got about that song from an interviewer was that it's strange because it sounds kind of like there's like a happy tone to it, even though it's a sad song. I think of it more as like a very wistful feeling, kind of like laying on some grass in a hill looking at the sky, thinking about the person that you lost. And there is a more of a, happy tone to it because, well, we're chasing happiness, right? Trying to find a way to be happy, just playing my guitar out on the grass alone in the middle of nothing. Thinking about somebody that I lost, reminiscing about the days we had together. Kinda didn't really want it to be a sad tune. It's like a bittersweet feeling. Yeah, wistful is a good way to describe it. At least that's what I think. I think it's a very chill, relaxing song, but at the same time, when you listen to the lyrics, you're like, oh wow, this is deep. I told Mama Mori, I'm like, you're gonna cry when you hear it, because she'll get it. Even though it's supposed to be, it sounds like in tone it's a happy song, lyrics not so happy, but I think complex songs like that are so interesting. And that's how I feel about it. Hoping it doesn't make you and Mama Mori too sad. No, it's okay. It's a part of moving on. You know, never forgetting, but still being able to move on in life. Well, thank you for listening to me talk about that. I'm sure that we'll speak a little bit more about it during the lyric dive tomorrow, right? There will be plenty of time for that, I'm supposing.